Have you ever wondered what happens when the hero isn't the good guy? If you're tired of predictable fantasy stories where the chosen one always saves the world, then Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence is an audiobook you shouldn't miss. This isn't a story about a noble prince. It's the story of Jorg Ancrath, a young prince whose childhood was shattered by unimaginable tragedy. Instead of growing into a traditional hero, he embraces revenge, power, and darkness. At just 14 years old, Jorg leads a ruthless band of outlaws across a broken empire where survival belongs only to the strongest. But here's what makes this book so unforgettable. Mark Lawrence doesn't simply tell a fantasy adventure. He creates a world filled with political intrigue, dangerous enemies, hidden mysteries, and morally complex characters. Every chapter challenges what you believe about justice, revenge, and redemption. You'll constantly question whether you should hate Jorg, or secretly admire his intelligence, determination, and fearless ambition. The audiobook experience makes this journey even more powerful. A talented narrator brings every conversation, every battle, and every shocking revelation to life. Instead of simply reading the words, you'll feel like you're traveling beside Jorg through ruined castles, deadly forests, and kingdoms where betrayal waits around every corner. The atmosphere becomes darker, richer, and far more immersive than reading on a page. One of the greatest strengths of Prince of Thorns is its unpredictability. Just when you think you know where the story is going, Mark Lawrence changes everything. Unexpected twists, brutal confrontations, and emotional moments keep you completely invested. It's the kind of audiobook where you tell yourself, just one more chapter, until suddenly hours have disappeared. If you enjoy dark fantasy, grimdark fiction, anti-heroes, epic world building, and stories that refuse to follow the usual rules, this audiobook deserves a place on your listening list. Fans of authors like George R.R. Martin, Joe Abercrombie, and Robin Hobb often find themselves captivated by Mark Lawrence's unique storytelling style. What truly sets this book apart is that it doesn't ask you to love its main character. Instead, it challenges you to understand him. That emotional complexity is what makes the story linger in your mind long after you've finished listening. This is the first book in the Broken Empire trilogy, so once the journey begins, there's an entire world waiting to be explored. If you're searching for an audiobook that's intense, intelligent, emotionally gripping, and impossible to forget, Prince of Thorns is an excellent choice. Don't miss the chance to experience one of modern fantasy's most talked about anti-hero stories. Start listening today with a free audiobook trial using the link in the description below. Once you enter Jorg's world, you'll understand why so many fantasy fans consider this an unforgettable listening experience.